Hello, everyone. Welcome to SAT Math Question of the Day with Professor Emeritus Seth Chaiken from the University of Albany and his brother. We are trying to help you understand how to do and how to approach SAT math problems. So here's one. This is a fun one because I haven't looked at it yet. So I'm doing it cold, which is exactly the way you do it when you take the test. So you give it a formula, the measure A in degrees of an exterior angle of a regular polygon is related to the number of sides n by the polygon formula above. If the measure of an exterior angle of a regular polygon is greater than 50, what is the greatest number of sides it can have? Right now, I am totally confused. I haven't digested this problem. I know from geometry, though, the sum of all the exterior angles of a polygon is 360. It's a weird formula. The measure n times a? Wait, the measure of it's related to the number of sides.
Well, it's a regular polygon, so all the exterior angles are equal.
Oh, right. Okay, right. That's right. The sum.
Okay.
That's right. The sum of all of the angles of an exterior, and the sum of right. They're all 360, which means that the number of sides times each one is 360. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, which is what that formula says.
Right. Okay. If the measure of an exterior angle, regular polygon, is greater than 50 degrees, so let's write that down. So A is equal to 50 degrees, or A is equal.
No.
I know, but it's always nice to consider the equals case first.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, okay, fine. We'll do it your way.
Write down the facts.
Fine. Now, wait, is it equal to or greater? No, it is strictly greater. Strictly greater, right?
That is what the problem says.
Yeah, it is strictly greater. Okay, so A is greater than 50.
Yeah.
So if A is greater than 50...
Greater means
I know,
like this.
But I like to feel like to play with the problem. Okay, maybe it's not the best thing to do. What is the greatest number of sides? N are the sides. There's the formula. So there's the formula that relates n, the number of sides, to A, and then to 360. So let's write it down. So we've got n times 50 is equal to 3. No, there's a problem here because there's an equality. No. There's an equality problem here, right? N has...
this is a very confusing problem.
Oh, thank you, Seth. Thank you for confirming that. I'm telling you. Let me just try to use common sense. Okay? I know. Okay. Maybe that's not the best way to do it. But let's divide this.
Okay, so if you try it with common sense...
I'm gonna try.
After you do it with common sense, I'll do it with math.
Got it. Okay, good. I'm going to use common sense. Okay, so I'm doing the equality case. So if n is equal to 360 divided by 50, which is 33 or 36 divided by 5, right? Which is 7 and a fifth, right? 7 and a fifth sides, which is crazy. You can't have 7 and a fifth sides. Now, the A has to be greater than 50. A has to be greater than 50. A has to be greater than... So this number is going to be greater than 50. If this number is greater than 50, this number is greater than 5. So that means this number has to be lower. This number has to be lower, right? Because this number is higher. So then it looks to me like the answer has to be lower than 7 and a fifth. And the only number lower than the number that's the greatest number of sides that's lower than 7 and a fifth is 7, right? They're looking for the greatest number of sides.
Well, a number it means integer.
Right, of course, obviously.
Number of sides.
Well, of course, look at the answers. The answers are all integers.
Yeah.
So what I did here is I saw, okay, this is what it is equal, but then this is what it is if there's the equality. But we know that we know this number has to be greater than 50, which means you're dividing by a number greater than 50, which means that this number has to be less than the equality. So I would say it's 7. But I'm doing it very flaky. And I'm not happy with the way I'm doing it. But yet again, I never saw this problem in my life before.
Okay.
So what do you?
So let me try. It is very confusing.
Okay, good.
And And so I will show an approach to just do the math.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
Just do the math.
Here you go, Seth.
Okay.
You hit clean slate, except I'm gonna say Joel. Okay.
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 Okay. Good. So what are the facts?
Facts. Only the facts, ma'am. Only
facts. The facts. N times A equals 360.
Okay.
The other fact is given here. Translate that fact into math. A is greater than 50.
Okay.
Okay. And then the problem is about N, the number of sides. So what we could do is combine these facts. If you multiply both sides of this inequality by N, which is a positive number, right?
True.
We get N times A is greater than 50. Oh, stupid. Okay.
50
yeah.
N. 50 N.
Yeah. How can I erase that?
Don't erase anything. Don't.
Okay.
Put it
That's
back.
Why.
Yeah.
Okay. So N times A is greater than
50 N.
50.
I got it. I got you. I got you covered there.
50 times N.
Yeah.
Okay. But we this is not this is going to the wrong direction. So we're interested in the number of sides and something about the number of sides. So going back to the fact expressed by what they tell you, you could solve for N, and N is 360 divided by A.
Right.
Now, A is greater than 50. Therefore, we go apply that, combine this fact with this fact, and we get N equals 360 divided by A. If A is greater than 50, a number you get by dividing by A is less than the number you get by dividing by 50.
Sort of like what I said.
Yeah. So whatever N is, it must be less than 360 divided by 50. When Joel calculated
time out. I have to move the screen. I know you're going to hate me, but I have to move the screen.
Okay, good. That is 30. So this 360 divided by 50 is 36 divided by 5, which is 72 divided by 10, which is 7.2.
Right.
So what we concluded is that N must be less than 7.2. And the question asks, what is the greatest value of N that's okay in this problem? So, what did I do? N must be less than 7.2, and the greatest value, the greatest integer that is less than 7.2 is 7. So that's what we got. That's what Joel got.
Now, let me ask you a question. You basically did it the same way I did it.
Excuse me?
You basically did it the same way I did it. But you said, I'm going to use Al, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
It just shows you don't know when you do these problems. Don't you agree you got to sort of play with these things? You got to sort of be relaxed.
Well, the math, the math operations express in a different language the logic that you apply directly to the
Mm,
problem, so long as both are valid.
right.
Then those, so long as you didn't make a mistake.
No, important
Okay.
problem, a really important thing in this
Yeah.
question is to stay calm, because it is confusing. It's I totally agree. Yeah. It's really have to stay calm with this one and play with it.
Yeah.
This may be the type of problem too that if you don't quite get, you should maybe skip and go back to it, because this one does take a bit of time to digest, doesn't it?
Okay. Well, I made again a blunder. I wrote down these facts, and then I threw at it the operation of multiplying both sides by n,
Yeah.
which didn't really help.
Right.
What we need to do is combine these two facts directly. N A is greater than 50, and therefore NA is greater than 50N. NA equals 360. Uh, and so let's see, what are we doing here? We want to combine this. We want to get something about N. NA equals 360. NA is greater than 50.
I mean, you
Uh-oh.
basically did it. No, you did it. I mean, they're
Yeah.
inversely proportional to each other. A goes
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
N goes down, right? There's an inverse
Yeah.
proportion between N and A. The bigger A is, the smaller N has to be, because they have to both multiply to 360 all the time. Big A,
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
A. Small A, big N. They're
Yeah.
inversely proportional. Which is why it's something, yeah, right, yeah. Which is when there's a greater than, see the word greater than leads to a
Yeah.
less than. See, the greater than in this problem leads to a less than as the answer, because they're inversely proportional. The bigger one number is, the less the other
Yeah.
number has to be. This
Yeah.
is an inverse proportion. Okay, do you think that's it?
Okay.
Okay,
That's it.
great.
That's
Well,
it.
this is a toughie, hard to understand. We slogged through it, and now it's okay. Great. Okay.
Okay.
Please
Ah,
leave your comments, positive, negative, like, dislike. Any comments are we would welcome, because we want to try to get feedback to help provide the best videos we can to help you understand at least how to approach these things. Okay. Take
yeah.
care. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Hmm.